workers watching their take-home pay shrink and watching inflation destroy their family and their lives, to overtax small business owners, to the voiceless unborn child, to parents scared to death that one of their children will become the next fentanyl victim. By the way, drugs are up at the border almost 10 times from what they were just 3 years ago. To teachers, you're right, there is no border. We had a strong border. We had the strongest border in history. Now we have, I think, the worst border anywhere in the world. No country would allow it to happen, what's happening to us. To the teachers who simply want to educate our children, not indoctrinate them. To the female student athlete who awakes at 5 in the morning to train day after day, but is forced to compete against male athletes. To our veterans being denied the care your country promised them. I mean, look at what's happened to the Veterans Administration since I've been out. We had the most 92% approval rating. Now it's down in the 40s. What they've done to the Veterans Administration is disgraceful. To families who are seeing their religious freedom under attack and the seniors living in fear, their Social Security benefits and Medicare being drastically cut. To all of you, I have your back. None of this will happen. We have your back. America is tired of being ruled by the radical bureaucrats, and we are done with the likes of the Bidens, the Clintons, the radical left Democrat, communists, Marxists, fascists, the Obamas, Paul Ryan and Karl Rove, almost as bad. They're bad news. I promise you this, if you put me back in the White House, their reign will be over in the America that we knew, and we knew for a long time, will indeed be a free nation once again. It will be a free nation. We're thrilled to be joined tonight by a very special man. In fact, there are some people that say I gave Nikki that position at the United Nations because I wanted your lieutenant governor to become governor. And I will not debate them on that because I don't think I could win that debate. Because he's been an incredible governor. He's a fantastic man. Henry McMaster. And Mrs. McMaster, thank you. What a woman. What a woman. They worked so hard for me. They endorsed me from day one, and he went around the state. They both did, really, went around the state day in, day out. He said, sir, you're going to win, you're going to win. Well, I'm running against your governor. He said, you're going to win, and we really won. But I had the advantage of you, and my opponent only had the advantage of Nikki. So we liked Henry. I've always loved him, and you're doing a fantastic job as governor. That I've heard from everybody. Fantastic. And again, Senator Lindsey Graham, who is really got, I'm gonna have to work on these people. I'm gonna have to. All right. He's there when you need him. He's there when you need him. I'm going to get him straightened up. Do you mind if I come here and campaign a little bit for you? I'll tell you what, he was one of my earliest endorsements right from the go, and I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it, Leslie. Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette. Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. You're doing a great job. Treasurer Curtis Loftus. Congressman William Timmons, who's really been fantastic. Where's William? He's around here someplace. I just saw him. William Timmons has been great. Congressman who's really a star. This is a shooting star, Russell Fry. Where's Russell? What a job Russell's done. Thank you, Russell. Congressman, or as I call her, she's both the strongest person you've ever met, and she is smart as hell. I don't know if she gets credit for that. I'm not so sure, Governor, but let me tell you, she's smart, she's tough, she can do things that other people can't. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. And former Lieutenant Governor, a very popular guy, Andre Bauer. Thank you, Andre, for being here with your family. As well as state representatives, Thomas Beach, Stuart Jones, Patrick Haddon, Cal Forrest, Doug Gilliam, David O'Neill, Melissa Lackey Harmus, and Jay Kilmartin, along with, who are fantastic. And thank you all very much for the endorsement. And Jimmy, thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem Jimmy Davis. All these people endorse me. The press doesn't want to cover it. If they endorse the other guys that are down at 2 or 3, there'd be headlines. We have headlines. But they all endorse me, and I appreciate it very much. Many, many endorsements, including from your governor and your senator. I also want to introduce the South Carolina chapter of Moms for Liberty. Thank you very much. They have the best seat in the House, actually. And Pickens, police chief, a fantastic guy. He made this really happen. This is a big, I don't know how many we have. I heard 75,000 people are here. It goes so far back, I cannot see the end. Unfortunately, we gave the fake news a better position, so they're blocking the view of people that go blocks back. But it's big, a lot of people, 75,000. Pickens, police chief, Randall Beach. Thank you, Randall. And you heard from him before, the Rushing Brook Children's Choir, who were not treated properly, they're here. So we want to thank those incredible children with those beautiful voices. I wish I had a voice like them. Today, our campaign is also pleased to announce the endorsements of over 250 grassroots leaders representing all 46 counties in South Carolina. That's a lot. That's a lot. What's left? Is there anything left? 250. I mean, how big is your legislature? How many politicians you have? Although you do love politics in the state, Henry. In 4 incredible years under our administration, we achieved more than any president in our lifetime. So many people say that. Everybody's saying that. Even the crazy Democrats are saying it. We delivered the largest tax cuts and regulatory cuts in history. And likewise, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. There's never been an economy like what we built. We were lapping China. China paid us hundreds of billions of dollars. Nobody else got 10 cents. We achieved energy independence, and energy dominance was just around the corner. First time in at least 72 years. We had gas prices at $1.87 a gallon, and even lower than that in some months. After years of Washington betrayals of South Carolina workers, I ended the disaster known as NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, not even believable, and replaced it with the USMCA, the best trade deal ever made for our country. Although I would say the deal we made with China might even be better. They take $50 billion a year, but you know what? I don't even mention it anymore because of COVID, what they did to us in COVID, what they did to the world in COVID. The deal was so good, the USMCA, in fact, that Mexico and Canada are now trying to renegotiate it with the Biden administration. How much will they pay him, do you think? How much will he get? Don't do it, Biden. Don't do it. The Biden administration, because we suffered with the worst trade deal ever. We suffered for years, and now we have one that's so good that they want to renegotiate it. I knew that because I made the deal. Had some great people, Bob Lighthizer, some others. We had some great people. I stood up to China like no administration has ever done before. I exposed China, bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars in taxes and tariffs, pouring into our treasury, all coming out of China, hundreds of billions of dollars when no other president had done anything, and exposed China as being an empire that is not very kind to us. A lot of people didn't know. They said, oh, isn't it wonderful? And when China targeted our farmers, I gave our farmers $28 billion straight out of the tariffs that I took in for China. So the farmers got $28 billion. So when people say that Ron DeSantis is doing fine with the farmers, no, he's not. He's not. He's actually getting absolutely destroyed. He's getting destroyed. He's so low in Iowa. But after you give $28 billion to the farmers, I said, you think a farmer's voting against me? I don't think so. But DeSantis opposed my China tariffs, and he opposed helping our farmers. He didn't want to allow that deal to be made. Gave him $28 billion, and he didn't want it to happen. And he's doing horribly, by the way, in Nebraska and Iowa. We created the most secure border in U.S. history, built nearly 500 miles of border wall, got Mexico to give us 28,000 soldiers free of charge. Mr. President, we'd like to have your soldiers to protect our border, I said. No, 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 you cannot. No, no, we have to have that. No, 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 you will never get that. I said, yes, I will. 100% I'll get it. No, no, no. I said, well, then I'm going to be putting a tariff of 25% on all cars coming into the United States made in Mexico, which used to be made in the United States, and it's going up from there. We would love to give you 28,000, so would you like some more? It was an amazing negotiation, but it gave us the strongest border that we ever had, and that was just 3 years ago, and now you look at what's happening. They're back to catch and release. They catch them and they release them in our country, and they say, come back. Just come back in 4 or 5 years for a child. Nobody comes back because they're too smart to come back. And deported illegal alien gang members by the thousands and thousands, MS-13, by the thousands, the tens of thousands, we got them out. Now they leave them in our country. We appointed nearly 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. And this week, those justices ruled to move our country forward with a merit-based system of education. How big is that? Isn't that big? Isn't that great? In other words, if you're a worker and you worked very hard in school, you got fantastic marks, somebody that hasn't done nearly as well, who perhaps has not worked nearly as hard, will not be taking your place on a school, college, or at a university. They're not going to be. We're going by merit. We're back to the old merit system that built our country. That was a big one. That was a big one. And then yesterday, the Supreme Court also ruled that President Biden is not allowed to wipe out hundreds and hundreds of billions, probably trillions of dollars in student loan debt, which would have been very unfair to the millions and millions of people who have paid their debt through hard work and diligence. They paid their debt off, like that man right there, right? They paid it off, and now somebody's going to get free rides. No. They ruled against it, 100% against it. Amazing. And they also gave religious liberty a tremendous win. You know that. Not to mention the fact that 1 year ago, they ruled against Roe v. Wade. Something said, never going to happen. And you have to know how to discuss this, giving pro-lifers a tremendous power to negotiate and moving this issue back to the states where legal scholars and almost all others think it should be. But we now have an absolute power to negotiate. We didn't have that power. And people that believe in life will be able to stop radical left Democrats from killing babies in their 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th month, and even killing babies after birth. Because they are the radical ones. You know, they want to sell it differently. They are the radical ones. Anyone that wants to take a baby in the 4th month or the 5th month or the 9th month or even after, you remember the former governor of Virginia, the baby is born and then we decide what to do with it. Would kill the baby after birth. That's a great issue. The Republicans have to understand that issue better. They have to speak about it better. Have to speak about it better. That was a big, big win. For years they were trying. 50 years they've been trying to get it. I got it done. And it's a great issue for us, but more importantly, from the standpoint of the heart, from the standpoint of your soul, it is what you believe in. So you now have a great power to negotiate. Before, with Roe v. Wade, you had no power at all. I fully rebuilt the U.S. military, created Space Force, defeated ISIS, and brought our troops all back home. We started no wars. In fact, I was the first president in many decades who didn't start a war. And for Israel, I kept my promise, recognized its eternal capital, opened the American embassy in Jerusalem, and recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you too. I love you too.